What is going on, people? Welcome to the Offside Chat podcast. It is your boy Nabur. I'm in the studio today with a bunch of Tottenham fans. Very happy to survive final day and stay in the Premier League. I'm joking. You are now looking at I'm about to say young men, but we'll give them that. Three men who are currently Premier League champions. Arsenal Football Club were crowned Premier League champions. Well, it happened on Tuesday when Manchester City failed to beat Bournemouth. However, it's all good. We were crowned yesterday. Now, if you're not an Arsenal supporter, you probably tried everything you could to not watch the ceremony and the crowning, but it was an amazing thing. So today, what we're going to do is just obviously introduce to the team. We've got Edward and we've got Naeem. I've got a few questions for these two, but I'll let them rap and talk about how excited they are. Funny enough, because I was waiting in Mikel's office, I thought we were going to get some requests of him leaving, because that was the podcast maybe about a month ago. People were quite sensitive, foaming at the mouth, and you know what, I was actually, to be fair, thank God I love these guys, but with friends like these, who needs enemies? I was called Nabur Luther King. I was actually heckled with my with my speech. And I just said it from the heart, I thought it was a safe space to say it because amongst my brothers, but I was heckled. It was kind of lonely there. But now, lo and behold, I see Naeem and Edward smiling from ear to ear, wearing Arsenal shirts. These two, well, Ed maybe, Naeem, I've just actually never seen this, to be fair. He's usually got some sort of either Jungle Book or Lion King t-shirt. We know you're from South Africa. You're ramming it down our throats, pause. We know, like, every week after week. But you actually were in an Arsenal top today. So what happened to, win? And this was actually, quote unquote, I don't know which one of you said it. Just win, fuck off. That's basically what was said. What's happened, guys?
We've got Super Rare content.
Shameless.
Now, Naeem, don't try to escape.
Naeem went on this. I remember. I like this. I'm a diplomat without any proof.
You were in the camp, Naeem.
I was playing both sides.
I don't think you was, Naeem.
I think I was. I think
you were in the camp. This was a scene from Gethsemane. Do you know what I mean? The garden. You will deny me, and you there? No. I've got you, Mikel.
I'm going to get hold of my inner Nicholas Anelka, hence the shirt. I'm just.
But listen, look. Don't worry, guys. You're probably going to get the legal papers at another day. But today is. You could sound.
I'm waiting for my court date. I'm waiting for my court date.
Listen,
and that's fine. You're waiting for the court date, and I cannot wait to hear you guys speak in 1 second. But I'm just letting you know what is said here could actually lessen the sentence. Do you know what I mean?
Listen, I'm Nino Brown, baby. You can't shame the shameless. You can't shame the shameless.
I don't want that old man coming up on the stairs with you, Ed. Remember how it ended with Nino before? Do you know what I mean? So you've seen the film now. This is your film.
Do you know what I'll say though? Yeah, I'm a fair man. I'm
Were
a
you
fair
wrong?
man. Listen, no. You never get any admittance of me being wrong. But what did I say a couple of weeks ago? Yeah, when obviously I was emotional.
Oh,
okay. Come on, listen.
So that wasn't the same brother that was speaking there. Is that what you're saying now?
No. Listen, I've been going to therapy, guys. I'm not bottling things up anymore. You get me?
Good.
I'm learning to speak and let things go instead of festering. So. That was just an expression of emotion.
Can you repeat what you said? Because most people probably, because I don't want to misquote you. I just want the sentence that you said, the headline that you did say.
Well, what I said?
Yeah. What did you say?
I'll give you a new headline. Campeones, ole, ole, ole. That's a new headline.
I'm just going to remind you guys of what Edward said. Just win it.
Ed said.
Just win it and fuck off.
Yeah.
Just go.
What? John Obi Mikel? Win it and fuck off, mate. You gotta leave, mate. Where the fucking standards, mate? Yeah.
And Naeem has been, Naeem was a cheerleader, man. Yeah,
No,
the
no,
pom-poms out.
I understood. No, Naeem's a diplomat. That's the difference, right? Naeem was
Yeah,
just
the
understanding
pom-poms
Ed
out,
went.
Naeem. You were like, yeah. I can't take the football. I just
Yeah.
can't
I
take
was-
it anymore. Can you
I think-
take it now?
Hey, yo, pause. Don't ever ask them kind of questions.
Ed, you're
Relax.
Ed, be very,
Thank
Ed
you,
would be
This is-
very
this is-
careful
This
here.
is
I
a
could get
PG
you off.
show. Man said, "Can you take it?" Nah, whoa.
I know,
I know we're champions, but it ain't that kind of party. Anyway, I'll digress.
this love is a bit, yeah.
I will digress. Naeem, don't worry, man. I'm your lawyer. Yeah, I'm your lawyer. Don't worry, man. Don't
Thank
say
you.
nothing.
I rather not speak.
This guy is a dangerous guy. He's a dangerous operator. He will nab you on the technicality. So you got to
100%. 100%.
I never forced any of you to say the things that you were saying.
I think there was context. There was context.
Yeah, of course, there was context, which is
what's the context? Well, he's won now, so should he go?
Listen, we've got another final. Yeah.
I'll say rest on that.
It don't rest on nothing. Let me land.
Okay.
Yeah?
Should he go, Edward? Please.
I think what Ed was saying, what I was saying, I was speaking about.
Personally, I wanted him to leave.
He needs to win. He needs to win, and then he should.
And how do you feel now?
How do I feel now? Win the CEO, and I'll tell you how I really feel. Pause. Yeah, win the CEO, and you'll see my true colors. You just see what's the thriller video? Did it? And he turns around. he's got the eyes. Yeah. No, but my overall sentiment with Mikel Arteta was: stop proving me right. Stop proving me right. And for once, and it's a big once, he shut me up. I will not speak ill of Mikel Arteta until after the Champions League final. I will not speak ill of him, yeah? Because he shut me up. And as Nobs, he spoke, and I said, you see, if I was Mikel Arteta, and for some reason, little old Edward Ebikeme from Abbey Wood had a voice and it was, reaching the masses, and you win the Premier League, I might call him. Get me his number and his details, or I'll try and get him on, some sort of live debate streamed. And I say, talk your stuff now, bro. You know what I mean? You're telling me to F off and you'll never be this guy and da-da-da-da-da. So I hope he's a better man than me, because you know what I mean? He's shut me and the people that have been his most vocal critics up. And this ain't no politician answer. I always said, yeah, as much as he annoyed me, Mikel, as much as I said the football was nasty, and let's have it right, it was nasty. And the reason why I said win an F off is because I believe that this is how we're going to play football now. I really believe that. I said, are we going to have to stomach this nasty football where it's not free-flowing, this ain't the Arsenal way, and then on top of that, you're letting teams get back in to the title race? I wanted this to be wrapped up. I didn't want to see more of the same that I've seen in the 4 years, which was you start well and then you get to March or April, and then all of a sudden you're losing to teams that you have no business to lose to. No business losing to. None. You're losing to your Southamptons, then your West Hams, and teams that when it was September, October, you're slapping them 5-0. So I was thinking, oh, here we go again. Another near fall, another near miss, another sunny day in May after winning your last game of the season, but it's too little too late. We've seen Man City being crowned champions and we're vexed. And I was thinking, 1 year you can stomach it, 2 years you can stomach it, 3 is peak, but you know what, yeah? It is what it is. 4, brother, second is not a bad place to finish in the league. But if you're constantly finishing second, and for a big club like Arsenal, this ain't no idiot club. We are Arsenal. Yeah? You're not supposed to be finishing second. We're used to winning things. It might not be every year. It might not be dynasty, but we're used to winning at least some sort of trophy every year, every 2 years. I don't want to do 6, 7 years. And other people will say, well, we had 9 years with Wenger. Yes, we did. But we also had 8 trophy-laden years where we were winning things. And it turned us into a force on the continent. And on top of that, we were playing some of the best football. But if you're finishing second, you're not winning any trophies in between, you're trying to win the Premier League, but you're finishing second every year and you're falling short. Brother, your head's gonna go. You're gonna say things. You're gonna tell a man win and fuck off. You're gonna do that. You're gonna be spiteful.
No, listen.
You're gonna say things that you might not mean, but you know what I mean. You're gonna say things. You're gonna say things. Yeah. However, I did say that, and I may or may not stand by it. If he wins the Champions League, again, you're talking to a shameless guy. I might say I've always believed in you, bro. I might have always said, listen, Mikel, don't listen to the slander. Don't listen to the lies, man. You was always my guy. I always loved you secretly, deep down in it. You was always one of us. You get me, G? But win this year and see where I go.
No, look.
It's very well said, Ed.
Whatever you want to say to me, yeah, I don't care. We won the league in it. You can say, Ed, you said this on the 4th of May. You said this 31st of March, 2nd of April. Bring it all up. I'll even read it and say, yeah, I did say that. But you know what? I've been in the Emirates yesterday. I saw the scenes live in the flesh. I saw the scenes on Tuesday. My week this week has been swimming. Like it's just been a beautiful week. Like Nob said, the food tastes better. Mm-hmm. The sun is in the sky. The sky is even bluer than it's ever been. The grass is greener. Hay fever where? Hay fever done nothing to me. I ain't sneezed once. Brother, I'm floating. This is unbridled joy. The last time I won the Premier League, well, not me, I don't play football. The last time I saw my team win the Premier League, it was this rascal kit. This kit here, yeah? This O2 kit that barely fits. I was 15. I'm 37 years old. I'm pushing 40. And I can finally see my team win the Premier League as an adult, like as a real adult with bills and stress and pain. Like, brother, this feeling is unmatched. People are telling me, Ed, I've never seen you post this much. You're damn right. My team have made me proud, bro. I don't cry. And I'm not going to cry today, bro. But when I say I'm happy, it just brings people together. The vibes has been unmatched, bro. Unmatched. Like, listen, whatever charge you want to get me on, listen, take me to jail and I don't care. I'll be smiling in the jail cell. What are you going to do to me? My team has won. We've always been relevant. We've always had the fan base. But now our team is paying us back with trophies. And I pray that we go on a dynasty, man. Listen, we're going to enjoy this and we're going to savor this. But once you get the taste of winning, yeah, you want more. We're greedy. In the West, we just want more. I want to see a repeat. I want to see and even if you can't repeat, I want to see you get the Carling Cup, you get the FA Cup. Next, the season after that, you gotta win the league. I want to see trophy after trophy. I want us to be so sick of winning. What, we won again? But are you going to the Emirates next year? But I've been bare times. What's a parade? What's a parade? That's what I want. I want that sort of feeling where it's like, brother, I want 5, 6, 7 years of madness. I want our players to leave like how the City man are leaving. You just see trophies all behind them. 7 FA Cups, 3 League Cups, a Champions League if we're lucky, 4 Premier Leagues. I want that. They deserve it. And we deserve it as fans. People are saying, oh, we're glory hunters. Glory where? Brother, 22 years of pain. 22 years of pain that has caused infighting. I don't fall out with my boys. I tell you when I fall out with my boys over football. God is my witness. I don't fall out with my boys with nothing. We've said stuff to each other where it's like, like, you're going below the belt now, and we're not talking. Football, grown men are fighting over football. That's how bad and in the mud we were as Arsenal fans. I don't fall out with my boys. Like I said, I don't fall out with my people. I'm saying stuff because this person rates this player and this person rates this manager, where we're saying things below the belt, and that's getting personal. And then the barbs are no longer barbs, they're barbs, but it's like, like, you're actually trying to kill me now. You're trying to go below the belt, and then you're saying stuff that you wouldn't have said to me before, and I wouldn't have said to you. That's what Arsenal was doing to us, man. Nobs knows. Nobs is my brother since 2015. We fell out once over rubbish, over football.
Yeah.
Over football.
It was football, and it just escalated.
It escalated because we was both in pain.
Yeah. Because
all we wanted was our team to do well. And he's an Islington boy. I'm from South London, but brother, you can't tell me nothing about the team I support. I'm not like them London Chester fans running to Manchester to find a vibe. I can go up the road and go and see my team. But he feels it more acutely because this is his manner. Highbury Islington, he's walked these streets a million times. Archway. You know what I mean? Highbury, Canonbury, Cali Road. He knows all them places. King's Cross. This is all his manor. N7, N5, whatever you want, N4, Manor House, all them places. He's walked the streets a million times. So I'm even happy for him that he gets to see this again as an adult with kids. It means more.
Yeah, bro. Nah, listen, man. I think I'm gonna have to call Edward X now. Do you know what I mean? After you know what I mean? Like we seem to be all revolutionaries. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? I'm rolling with this guy. You know what I mean? Like getting older. But yeah, listen. Look, but Ed is spoken well. I just think there's a few things. Listen, look. Like I said, you know me. I'm not one to say I told you so, innit? You know, I mean, that's not the sort of guy I am. Yeah, not the sort of guy I am. But I did.
This is my. I'm giving you permission. Say what you want to say, bro. You listen. You've earned it, bro. Because when I was cussing you about Nobel Luther King and the speech and hold your head up, I was giving you verbal. Brother, pause.
Listen,
get your lick back. Get your lick back. Don't be gracious. Because I won't be gracious to you. Don't be gracious, man.
But no.
Don't be the older brother.
Do you know why? Because I think you have to be. I think the manager Mikel Arteta has actually showed the right way to behave. You are talking about right now the names and the abuse from some fans inside the fan base, but in terms of the media. Other fan bases, I hate him. He's this, he's that. He's moaning about this and that. He's a cold man. He's Pep's number 2. He's a bottler. Mikel, for me, has behaved, and he picked this up from Arsene Wenger. Clearly, he's a gentleman. At the end of the day, I'm gonna wax too much lyrical about him, but he is, because the amount of scrutiny he was under to deliver. And I always looked at it and thought, when people say, "Oh, you're happy finishing second, you're happy finishing," I wasn't happy finishing second, but I understood the landscape that we're dealing with. And I think every Arsenal supporter can contest to this. We wanted to win the league, of course, by any means necessary. However, we are deep down happy that we've won it whilst Pep has been here. And let's not play down Pep's season, because he was on he was onto a domestic treble. This is what I see like people like to do all the time. Oh yeah, but it's not the same Man City team. But this Man City team won the Carabao Cup, won the FA Cup, so they beat Arsenal in the final. The league leaders in the Premier League, the English team that has gone the furthest in the Champions League at that time, they beat us nicely in the final, and they took on Chelsea as well, who they just keep winning FA Cups. They're the team, whether how bad they are this season, they do lose finals, I'll give you that, but they win trophies, and they beat those two. And they were, if West Ham would have drew that game against Arsenal, they would have been there, and it could have been a different story. So I don't really want people to rewrite history and start saying, "Oh, you know, this Man City team will finish." You just dropped 60M for Semenyo. They told us, "Look, you guys should have signed Semenyo." We were saying the same thing. We need someone on the left. You went and got Mark Gahey again. The season before that, Mamouche comes in. You're putting him on 300k. Like, you're signing players. Let's not try to cap with this Man City. They're not the Centurions, but it doesn't matter. We're not the Invincibles, but we're still league champions. You have to respect us. Do you know what I mean? People know in Premier League history, when you talk about the Invincibles, you think, "Oh my God, Henri, Bergkamp." Yeah, but people fear to play us now. The players are not the same. Let's not cap, because they were very close to doing a domestic treble. That's a very good season. They finished second in the league. They won both domestic cups. For a club of that size, you know why it's deemed as failure? Because it's the Premier League. And I'm not going to say like I told you so. That's what I was telling you, boys. I get it. Pick up a trophy here. Pick up a trophy there. Mikel was obsessed with this Premier League. And I said, sometimes you need to gamble. Sometimes you need to gamble. You can go to a rave and you can attempt, let me 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10. At least I get my numbers. Nah, you want to go 4 to 10 out of 10. And I know you two can agree with me. When that Premier League was lifted, did you think of the Carabao Cup? Mine.
No.
No, bro. Even if we lifted that, it is no way near.
There's levels to it, and I think you've got. And you know what? Ed obviously made these apologies for. I think Mikel Arteta will be at his wedding, from what it sounds like at the moment. But, I mean, credit where credit's due. Let's
calm down. If he gets win the CL, you can come to my
win the CL, then he can Give you away. Give you away. No, we've got credit where credit's due. I think he said it himself. I think you've seen some of the interviews afterwards where he even questioned himself with the second place finishers, and is he the man to take Arsenal over that line, which he's done. And you got to give him all the credit in the world. He's found a way. I think. Let's not forget. I don't think Arsenal playing this way this year has been a reason for it. I think play off the defense and go from there. And I think we always say the league don't lie. I think City felt, and I think we on the WhatsApp group, everyone's talking about a weak championship, etc. The amount of times it's only been recently where more than 85 points has won the title.
I was just about to say that, Naeem. Yeah. I've got the stats up here to be very
interesting. I think there's quite a few. I think you said them.
Well, to be fair, we are we're actually sixth, actually. So the number one lowest points was Manchester United in 2001. They won it on 80 points. Then 2010-11, they won it on 80 points. Leicester, which was probably one of the most famous wins, they won it on 81. Man United again, and it's always Man United that plays. Supporters talking about how poor the league is.
Oh yeah.
But in 03, they won it on 83, and funny enough, everyone was waxing lyrical about Liverpool last season. Did you know they won it on 84?
So basically the same.
We've got the lowest record though. So I'm going to read this. So there's a tweet that went around by a guy at Nick Weston AFC. He said, obviously sarcastically, worst champions ever with more points than Man United in 92-93, 80 points, but that was a 42-game season. Man United in 95-96, 82 points. Man United in 96-97, 75 points. We won the league in 98 with 78 points. United the next year, 79. United in 01, 80 points. In 03, 83 points. In 10-11, 80 points. Leicester, 15-16, 81 points. And then obviously champions last year, Liverpool, 84. So yeah, you guys are both right, But it's just salty tears. They're crying.
I think that's it. I think
they want to be in our position, but they can't hold them.
What impressed me, I think, especially going over the line, that it was very clear. Even the club knew that the media was against Arsenal as well. Let's not forget, we all knew it from our side angle. But I think even seeing it from the club angle, they said, yeah, we could see it. Because you can see the reaction and how I've loved it, by the way. Some of the shameless reaction from some of the players about, certain members in the public eye, with certain bottles, I thought it was very refreshing to see, the mick being taken back. But I think, I know Nuber's going to lie this. I think you've got to look at when Arteta took this team. If we said, 7 seasons ago, to win the title, right? To get back to be competitive, but to win the title, we've come a long way from Socrates and Mustafi centre-backs. And I think
Ibrahim is a shameless guy. He but what we don't realize, there's no room in the inn. You were over there. You said go, no matter what happens.
No, I said if he doesn't win anything, he should go.
You see Nobbs though. Nobbs.
You see this?
A couple years ago, he made an executive decision.
Yeah,
because he was like me. He was on the dark side, man. He was a Sith Lord.
Yeah, of course he was. Of course he was.
He was Darth Maul. He was Darth Maul. All them, man. I don't even watch.
Darth Maul, Darth Vader, all of them mixed into one.
Them, man.
Exactly.
All them, man. He's the one that turned Obi-Wan into Anakin into a madness. I'm Anakin. He's the reason why I'm
the Emperor. Yeah.
Wow, man's Anakin.
He's a bad youth. Yeah, Emperor, but what he done, is he saw the light. He was like, I see where Mikel's going, so I'm going to hitch my wagon to Mikel,
Yeah.
And it worked out.
Ed, you know what it was for me, Ed, yeah? I did see where it was going. And look, the greatest manager is Arsene Wenger in our history, in terms of how much he's won. Again, I don't want to start pitting them off each other. I've always said I respect all three. I've seen 6 league titles. That's people said, oh my gosh, are you doing this? You doing that? I've seen 6 league titles, bro.
And you don't look a day old.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So for me,
have you seen 6?
So I've seen 2. So George Graham gave me 2.
I saw those 2. Yeah, it's a 6-2.
98.
Wenger gave you 3.
So you had the Wenger and the one against Arteta.
Look what's happened. Look what's happened now. But like I said with Mikel, and we'll go into the Kroenkes in a minute. I looked at it. I was getting so angry. I could see what he was trying to do. It's very frustrating when you've got Manchester City and then you've got obviously Spurs finishing above you. I needed to block out the noise and just be focused to see, because I don't think you guys fully, you do probably, but I kind of saw how bad the club had become in terms of the quality of players, the style of play. It was getting to that stage. Remember, the Arsenal way. Well, it changes, and that's what I love, a club that can adapt. And I do love the fact that we've got 3 type of different managers who won their way. You had George Graham that had to clean out. It was similar to a Mikel rebuild, because older players, they were signing. Do you know how Ed, you'll get mad now when you say you can't be signing Bernardo Silva or Rodri's come. This is what we were doing, innit? With Richards, we'll take him on now. He used to be this and that. All these glamorous plays. He cleaned it up, did it his way. 1-0 to the Arsenal. People say, fine, he did it his way. Wenger came in, absolute revolutionized, not Arsenal Football Club, but English football, the diet, the style of play, how you go for transfers, how you make profit on transfers, like how you go for a younger player unknown, bring him here. He understood. Wenger was so, ahead of his time. He understood about the physicality. He was thinking, because think about the players that he signed. Petite, ain't no small guy. He knew, okay, let me bring you here, but they are going to be technically gifted. Then we saw him evolve again. He had to rebuild the team. He had to pay off the stadium. So we started to get younger ballers, techie ballers again. We saw some unbelievable football. Arteta came in. I mean, if you see the team that he took over,
inherited,
get that FA Cup, cool. But he actually had to gut it out from. A fair play to him, Edu. I didn't like it at the beginning, but they really did. That's why for me, I'm just going to pivot. I was so happy when I saw Ben White lift the Prem. I said, no matter what has happened in the last couple of years, you're burnt out or you're struggling now. You were kind of one of those first soldiers.
He carried the team. He carried the team for a period of time.
Gabriel were kind of, you looked at it, okay, we've started here now. Saka coming in, ESR coming in. So, and look now, this is, he's changed it. 8th, then 5th. I think that 5th season, I went to a game. It was the Wolves game. And I looked about and I said, you know what? I watched the game. I could see Lacazette was puffing, but I looked at how we were playing and I said, you know what? I see what this guy's doing. It's going to go either one way. I'm either going to really turn into Anakin or I'm just going to have to go with this guy. I've been in there before. How many times, Ed, we've been out? You don't really want to go to that rave. It's not really your music, but your guys say, listen, trust me, let's go. Sometimes I say, look, you know what? It's Ed in it. So I have no interest. I just want to stay in my yard. I don't really want to go
tired
to eat Korean chicken at this place. But because it's his birthday, and then when I go there, I'm like, I'm pleasantly surprised. I just bought into it. I just think Josh Kroenke has played a pivotal
masterstroke.
And maybe people say, I remember when I said, nah, there's something different about this one now. I've had Stan before, Edu. I thought there's something different about this guy. I don't believe he's just coming in. Obviously, he reiterated this is his dad's club. But sometimes you need that son there with the vision there to come in. He said he's going to be his eyes and his ears there.
He's Eddie Hearn.
Yeah,
he's Eddie Hearn and Stan is Barry. It's like Josh is the public face and he's the visionary and he's young. He gets it. Stan's pushing 80, with all due respect. It's not his country. He might get the sport, but it's not NBA. It's not indigenous to him. So Josh has fully bought in. He's younger. He's probably a couple years older than Mikel, if not the same age. So they can vibe on that sort of thing. They look close. You saw it in the documentary. They look like, it's almost like a David Dean and Wenger sort of thing where it's like, they're probably friends now. If they're not friends, they're trusted confidants and it's them two running the ship. So, yeah, you're right.
And I think
go on, sorry.
Yeah, he's. I think there was an article. There's a lot of stuff that's coming out, and I think that's one thing Stan Kroenke has done. Obviously, since they took full control from with Usmanov and all that, but you've seen the investment, Josh Kroenke could get involved. And I think one thing he's done very well is he doesn't get involved. He lets the people who know what to do take control. I mean, I did have a look. I think Arsenal is the only franchise, they call it, of his that hadn't won anything.
Yeah.
So I read an article, and then Josh has been very, very clear. I think they've seen the untapped, and especially after seeing the amount of fans on the street this week. I think they've seen how big a club Arsenal can be, and I think.
I mean, for me, it was.
It was not a surprise to see that many people because of the period of time, but it was refreshing to see how many people are celebrating this win. But you've got to give the Kroenkes all the credit in the world. They backed. If you look at the net spend of the club, they backed him. They've let him pay off Ozil, Aubameyang. It's been a lot of financial outlay. But I think they've also.
I think that comes down to Josh.
It does. It's Josh. No.
Josh was here before. I mean, Josh has seen the vision.
You can see it with the marketing, and I hate to go into the business side of it, but since they've come in, okay, I do laugh about every time we lose a game, retro kits come out, but considering what I'm wearing, but the kits, they've dialed into the street style of London, haven't they? With a lot of the stuff they've done.
Arsenal is the culture club,
which is the cultural club, and they've got that. You look at the carnival when they wore the Caribbean, the Jamaican style training top. You just see how they've adapted, and they've said, Arsenal are the culture club of London. Let's dip into that as well. And you can see it financially. Arsenal are flying as well. They're talking about extending the Emirates now, and I think they've set this up, and they've got that vision. I think the visionary word was a key one. They've looked and said, all right, let's make this into a dynasty because we've got London on tap. As many of those other clubs are here.
It's the American way. That's what they do. And his model, the KFC model, is you buy the land, you build a franchise on it, or you take your existing franchise, place it there, and run it up. So that's why you see, even though we obviously, when we weren't getting what we wanted, because fans are fickle, like myself, and we're very demanding, right? It was annoying us. Oh, another merch line, this, that. But it's the American way. So you can see the American style of we are going to flood the streets with product, and luckily it was drip. Luckily Adidas, they run sports right now. They've kind of given Nike a bloody nose, if not maybe knock them off their perch a little bit. And Adidas and the KSC, they're like, listen, we are going to make this money, man. We're going to re-release some of the most iconic Adidas kits, and we're going to make a new training line. A random top, a top you can wear for carnival, a top you can wear for all occasions, and we bought into
tube driver.
Yeah, but you have to give Josh credit, Stan credit. What I don't want though, and this is not a downer, but this is more just a realization of what their franchises in America do. They're kind of one and dones. Then when Nuggets won, they haven't won since. They won maybe in, I think, 22, 23, or maybe 21, 22. They haven't won since. Obviously, NBA is difficult, but there is, not cause for concern, but there's, a little bit of a narrative that they kind of wasted their star players' window. But then again, NBA is very difficult and a different sort of operator to football. American football, LA Rams, one and done. Again, NFL is very difficult, but there can be dynasties there. I want us to be a dynasty. We have waited 22 years. And the outpouring of emotion from myself just now, 10 minutes ago. But the streets, we deserve a dynasty, man. It's not given. You can't just go and take a dynasty. But I would like us to win. I don't want it to be a situation where we're looking back 5 years' time. I remember when we done it in 2026. I don't want us to let up. I want us to be relentless.
Ed, I agree. I don't think it will be. I mean, what happened is I kind of took the emotion out of it. I kind of felt like I knew the pressure was growing. Every season it was growing that if we don't win it, is it going to be Mikel's final season? But if you actually look at it, what I love about what's happened is that the club have actually been answering our questions and our wants through the years. The only problem is because of the noise of bottling and stuff, we weren't seeing that they were actually giving you what you wanted. You wanted Mikel to use his squad more. He has this season. Maybe not to the level that you wanted, but you looked at it. Eze got taken out. He didn't come back in for a long time. Odegaard's back. He's not playing. Maybe he's not fit enough. He used the squad. Havertz, Gyökeres. People think it's start Gyökeres. And I like how he's used his squad. He's been given that. But not only that is what they did in the summer. We wanted right now. I have never, in the last 20 years being an Arsenal supporter, it's very rare that we actually sign right here, right now. Eze, 27 years old. Not this type of signing we would go for. What's the sell-on value? Do you remember we kept saying they're not going to sign him because there's no sell-on value? Victor Gyökeres, no sell-on value. We've already went and got Nkapie. You know he's one. We've got him on loan with an obligation or maybe an option to buy.
I think we buy him in it. I think it's
obligation to buy. So he's already a winner there. So when you actually think about those three coming in, obviously Mascara coming in, that was one we didn't know how well that was going to be. Wow. We've got another player on his hand here. He actually reminds me of Chure's first season. Isn't he? Very similar. Yeah. Right back.
13 mil.
And if I've got a top centre back like Sol Campbell next to me, I will be the one that cleans up. So we didn't really play. So Kepa, maybe people like him or they don't like him, but that was going to be the backup keeper. And this is a Premier League. He played with Bournemouth, Chelsea, whether you like him or not. This is Prem proven. Again, you've went and got Havertz. Again, whether you like him or not, this is someone else from the Premier League. Declan Rice before that. So when you actually look back, you're thinking, okay, you lot are really signing Prem proven or men now. Because this is now, we need to win now. And that summer, when you look back at it, incredible summer. Because, you know, Gyökeres, Eze, they've all had something to say. But I'll let to put it to you, Naeem, and obviously to Ed. What were your standout points in the season where you thought, nah, you know what? We've got this, man. We've got something for these people this season. I'm going to exclude the fact that win and goal. Well, that was a bit of
no, you talk about Naeem, yeah, obviously.
No, it was you as well, Naeem. But
yeah, no, lose and leave. I think that was the right terminology, lose and leave. There was, there's a few. One of them, the performance when we lost at City, the performance, I saw the performance, I thought, you know what? We play like that, we'll be okay. Now, I was very salty that I think some of you might have got it as well, verbally. No, pause. But that I think the one that really made me change my mind was when they dropped was the Everton, obviously recently at
Max Dowman.
Oh yeah, 2-0.
Max Dowman. That was then. I thought, you know what, the way it fell. Normally with 0-0 or would lose 1-0 to some dirty last minute goal. When I saw that happen, I thought ball fell. Gyökeres does goal poach, and then Dowman do his thing. I thought that's when I really thought, you know, this is, regardless of what it may be, a bit up and down, a bit soap opera-ish, but I think that's where I thought, you know what, this is the titles there for Arsenal. I think, you know, sometimes there's certain times, you know, isn't it? And what the rubber stamp was the West Ham. Yeah, you know, we're winning at West Ham to basically relegate them. Yeah, those are the main. That was the fight of understand, but the Everton 2-0 win, I think.
I think before I got to Ed, there's a few games that stand out for me, and it was
the Spurs games. Both Spurs games were lovely.
Yeah, both Spurs games were lovely, but for me, what stood out for me was it was the Newcastle away. I looked at that game because I was worried, obviously losing to Liverpool. I thought, okay, we can't start getting this gap because I think they won like 5 in a row. But when Walter Martins scored, I thought, we don't win here. And the Marino header and then that Gabriel. That game there, that win there, I think that is when I first saw the ops actually think, you know what, this team is nasty and I'm worried about them. Because I could see, because these were the sort of games that Man United used to win. Like these last minute ones, you're thinking, oh my God, how did they? And it is in November, and you're thinking, well, but you just think they've just picked up 3 points here. Like, what is going on? And we just kept going. Obviously, the 2 Spurs games, the Eze game stood out for me. The first one, I know it was Spurs and they're not doing too well, but I just thought to slap them 4 for him to get a hat-trick, I thought maybe you are the gold dust that is missing. I think another one was the Villa the return game 4-1.
4-1.
Because that was a huge dent when they beat us, 2-1, last minute. Odegaard, shuffling in the box, and we didn't clear our lines. And when we brought them back, I thought, you know what, this is going to be iffy. But Gabriel scored and we just rained on them. And I thought, you know what, they usually cause us problems. Every team at every ground that causes us problems, we then decided, we're not going to do it. The only two blips I would say was Liverpool at home, which was weird, that 0-0, and losing to United at home. That one again.
The United one, for me, was, as much as I hated United, it was one of those where there was a couple of some of their goals. Their two goals.
Two worldies, man. That's what Harry Maguire said.
Yeah. Even they said they wouldn't have won. It was just worldies.
Yeah.
Well, I do think that was a handball for his one.
It was, but I mean, it was Yeboah like finish. Let's not like that finish was. I'm surprised. I saw some goals of the season. The ones from the BBC. They were better goal. That was quite. But I think I understand that it's because it was United. I think. It was United 2-1 up.
It burned me, that one, just because
it's United. It was that.
It's United, and then because they're such a washed institution now, you saw how much it meant to them.
Finished third. Let's not forget. Correct.
Yeah, no, well done for finishing third, innit? Like, what I mean, top four and all that. Well done.
You're right, Ed, though. You saw what it meant to them, and that's when I woke up again and I thought, you know what, we're actually causing problems this season. I've never seen them celebrate this much,
brother. The amount of content I saw for your first win at enemy ground in 8 seasons, I said, you know what? You might not actually finish now. You might want to believe it, but you're always the last one to know when you're washed in it. You just are.
I know it's not Man United, but I think the worst one was Chelsea celebrating that 1-1 draw. That was fantastic. And then finished 10th. They finished 10th.
They finished 10th, and they should be ashamed of themselves. But again, Chelsea, they're a shameless institution, so they're not going to feel the shame. I think the games that stood out to me this season, Man United away, first game of the season, that's a banana skin. And I know the Premier League gods and the media, they probably wanted us to lose that, and they wanted to start off the nastiness that you saw throughout the season. Luckily, we won in nasty fashion, and that's sweet because like they avenged us, but we've been going to Old Trafford for years, and it's a ground we've not got much joy from. Yeah, we won the league in 2002 there, but in terms of like our history at Old Trafford, even when we've been comfortably the better team, they've always had something for us. And to win in that nasty way and to see the reaction that we usually would have given when we had lost but played better, it sweeted me, man. I was thinking, because I watched it publicly with my boys at some pub, and the United fans, they were vexed. They were like, you lot are rubbish, we bopped you. I don't care. Because how many times have we bopped you? How many times have we made your goalkeeper look like the best goalkeeper in the world? 17, 18 shots. You lot are saving 15 out of 18 shots. Like, what kind of nonsense is that? So that was like, okay, cool. There's something different about this squad. Hindsight's obviously a beautiful thing, but looking back, I feel like they've always believed. Mikel definitely believed. Like there must have been something going on in the dressing room and the halftime team talks and, the pre-season where they're thinking, you know what, lads, we're going to do this. And I'm pretty sure if you ask each player, each to a man, they're probably going to say, we knew that this year we couldn't afford to lose. We couldn't, because God forbid if we had, it would have been the end of this team as we know it. I reckon, Rice might start looking elsewhere and Gabriel and Salim.
That is such a great point, and which I'm going to kind of move on to, is the fact of how important it was, not only for the supporters, but for this current squad. And I just these are my mentions. I'm happy for everyone. As I said, I'm happy for Ben White. I'm happy for there's so many people, but listen, look, I'll start listing them now. I am so happy for Declan Rice because that move, he could have gone to Manchester City. I think they were bidding up to 90 million. The amount of he's overrated by pops, but deep down they know he is a top world-class midfield player. He is a proper Roy of the Rovers. For me, I just think he is an outstanding football player. I don't know him personally as a man, but Declan Rice is the sort of guy that you want as a friend, man. He seems like he's Mr. Reliable, and he's got something very human about him that. And
he's got humility. There's a humility about him. There's a humbleness about him.
Yeah, but I think he taps into people. He actually gets it. And maybe that has to come down to Mark Noble, because he really looks up to Mark Noble, man. Mark Noble said, you're going to be captain. I just kind of like the makeup of him. And I looked at him, and I didn't really think we were going to go for him. But as soon as we signed, if I look back at Mikel's time, I've got to say there's 2 signings for me that I got so excited over. He was one of them, and Victor Gyökeres was my second. And I watched their signing video probably so many times, because I just looked at these 2. And for me, that's not my type of plays. If I really deep it, I like superb, technically gifted. But as I'm getting older, I like somebody that is going to put in a shift and is quite honest. And those 2 are just very honest football players. I know exactly. They never try to overrate. I've never heard them try to say, I'm this or I'm that, and it's my ability.
Diva,
and everything that they're not is everything that they that makes them what they is. Exactly as Kanye said. I love the humility. These are honest football players. This is the type of guys I want to see.
But I think that's one of the things Arteta does, isn't it? He signs like good guys. Like, I'm not being
good youths,
well, people from good family backgrounds, God fearing. There's so many. You look at the prayers they do, and you see it. The amount of like very open Christians,
about
like
7 or 8 like devout Christians. Gabriel Jesus, Eze, Madueke, Saka.
You look at a lot of them either married, they got kids. You look at all of them, they don't see them going wild. There's none of this going. They won the title Tuesday night. There was nothing. The wildest thing they were doing was around 5 a.m. around the Emirates.
They went tape, but it weren't that. Like they did go out, but it wasn't no romantic.
I'm saying there's no badness. But what I'm saying is you can see there's a certain type of mentality he wants. He wants
makeup.
Makeup. You know, in terms of I think
definitely you could tell Mikel's
Price is a prime example of that. In terms of,
But for me, I just have to big him up, because he could have gone Man City. They just come off the back of the treble.
Yeah,
he made his decision. He said, "Listen." It must have been that January game when we slapped up West Ham, because the way that he was waxing Liverpool, and I like it, a lot of pressure, £105 million British transfer at that time. But he made his decisions. Why are you going to go Arsenal if they don't win? Do you remember? They don't win. And to be fair, the next 2-3 seasons, you're finishing second, you're coming closer. So I'm happy for him, because he's vindicated now. He's vindicated. There's nothing more to say. He made the right decision. Victor Gyökeres, I'm going to big him up on this one. I'm happy for him, because again, like Mikel, I've just never seen this sort of abuse from some fans section in our fan base, but outside. And what I didn't like, and I thought that certain of our fan bases let us down, is you see, if I've got my brother or whatever and they're not great, I'm not going to allow you to cuss my guy and join in and start like waxing lyrical about their strike. For me, I'm never going to lie. That let me down big time. That's not Arsenal, because we don't do that. But there's been plenty of players that we didn't really rate that highly, but we said, nah, he's one of our own there. 21 goals from someone we've had Thierry Henry, we've had Percy. We're not going to lie. He's not that. But I just like the honesty from him, and how, again, it's not good to go and strike, but he fought to come to the club. I looked at that and I thought, you know what? Yeah, bro.
I mean, he dumped his girlfirlend at the same time, didn't he? He just
they're back together now, so it's a good thing.
And his performances have improved since, I believe. His overall performances.
He gave up bread and dumped his girl, allegedly, to come to Arsenal. A footballer, they like their money, because they get paid a lot. He forewent, like, I think it was like 2 million. I think he waived like some sort of agent fee. 2 million. If we add all our collective salaries and times that by 5 years, that's not, that's bread. Yeah,
he gave it up.
One day we'll get there. One day we'll get there, brothers. But like, he gave up that kind of bread to come to Arsenal because he believed. One thing I'll do say, this is nasty. If I've got to apologize to Arteta, there are a lot of men that got to apologize to Gyökeres. So anyone that's saying to me, Ed, Arteta, Gyökeres, because I believed. I was there. So if I've
Yeah.
got,
I'll say it with chest. I was the one here who wasn't sure about him.
not even you. Not even you. There's a lot of men that were doing madness. For
There was more
their
madness than what I
agenda.
was saying, 100%. But I wasn't his biggest fan. Out of the three of us, I was the one saying, I'm not sure. And even going into the new year, yeah. But I'll give him his credit. Past couple of months, I've seen more. I've seen he's looking to set. Maybe Arsenal, the rest of the players have worked out how to play him a bit better. He looks fitter, and he's having an effect in games. He's not scoring; he's still having an effect in games, which is all I wanted. So credit to you.
Can we just say with him? Obviously, we're not going to talk about because we talk about our signings of the seasons and stuff. But sometimes we have. All I asked at the beginning of the season is that give him time to adapt. That's all. That's all I asked. I don't say I was right again, but 21 goals. He's the striker that has scored the most goals.
Does he start Saturday?
In a Mikel thing. Listen, whoever start, I'm actually at that stage now where they've just won the league. So you start who you want. Just make sure you bring the cup back. Two more people that are going to let you go. Gabriel and Saliba. Oh my gosh. They needed that. We needed that. Those two are the problem. Because you're right, Ed. That Rice thing, it was creeping up, but it wasn't right in front of me. I can look at that and think, okay, we need to do something in the next year or so. I'm not gonna lie, that's Saliba. When he didn't go to Real, we don't know how true it was, and he signed his contract. I'm not gonna lie, I was like, please, we need to win this.
Brother, we do.
We need to win this because you see him and Gabriel. That is the crowning. Those two are, and I'm going to say it now, those two are two of the best Premier League centre-backs that's ever played the game. I mean, in the Premier League. We have had some great, I'm not saying they are the greatest, but they are one of them. And the one thing that was missing was that trophy to say, do you know what? Can you imagine being good and just never getting knighted? Everyone knows you're the main guy, and you just don't have a crown. Well, now them two have got a crown. And now it just goes to show great young players across Europe, all world football. What happened yesterday, lads? I told you this. In the Champions League, win it, win it, win it. I said every time you get further on, clubs or teams, players will start to look at that. We're in the final of the Champions League. When you win the Premier League, people look. All the talk, Saliba now, when he goes to France, when Gabriel goes to Brazil, when Eze or Saka go to England now, them camps ain't saying them same sort of chat. Why don't you just leave them little man at Arsenal? Why don't you come to Real Madrid? Yeah? You want to talk to me about what season you had? Yeah?
Yeah.
Fancy Flick and his high line. They win it. You're sacking managers left, right, and centre. This is the place to be, man. I told you this a year ago. You remember I told you, Ed, I said, I'm telling you now, people are looking here. They're seeing London. They're seeing the size of the club now. And they're seeing, because look at us as supporters. There's many times you look at other teams. I remember I used to see like the ultras for Inter. I'm like, oh my God, that club's a big club, isn't it? Or you see the PSG fans, you're like, what? They've seen what's going on now.
Oh, yeah.
Pep's on now. I'm not saying we're going to dominate, but as a player, if you're going to come to the Premier League, what are you going to say now?
Outside in, you look at it and you think, where do I want to be? Champions of England.
Yeah.
You look at that fan base. This week, I think a lot of the world realize how big a club Arsenal is. People have forgotten. I think people have slept quite a lot.
And the stability. You're looking at a manager now. You're thinking, okay, this guy's been here a while.
Young's average age of 26. The squad. Yeah, so the whole average. So you've got to think everyone's in their prime. Let's not forget some of the young players coming through. We talked about him, Max Dowman is the youngest Premier League winner ever.
Yes. And he's doing the GCSEs this week. How mad is that?
The GCSEs is going.
Max,
someone should be doing his exams for him.
Pass, Max. Don't let us down, yeah.
Agencies, but someone should be writing his exams for him. Like the clever thing in that class should be writing for him.
Look at this criminal. Someone should be writing his GCSEs for him. What are you teaching the youth? What's going on?
We all did it.
Max, do your exams, innit?
Because you listen to it.
But what about you guys? What do you think about the players that obviously?
I'll tell you, the player. Look, we forget about him. I think we always discussed him, and he's made a few mistakes. David Raya. Some of the saves he saved
the season for me.
He's mine. I think when he was signed with Ramsdale, I didn't think he was. I thought he was always better, but levels, I didn't think he was that much better. I think he's proven that he is. I can't believe he's not starting for Spain, but I think he's proven. I think he's proven himself. I know there's been the odd mistake here and there, giving the ball away. However,
he's short as well. He gets moved.
He gets fouled a lot, obviously on corners as well, which always is my concern. But
he's the best goalkeeper in the Premier League, man. He's the best goalkeeper in the Premier League.
He is. And look,
I think about Alisson before. You weren't talking about his nose or his head.
Oh, it's live, bro.
But his nose. Come on, show some respect, man. I mean, he's short and come on, man. He's the best goalkeeper in the Premier League.
He is. And you know what?
In Europe.
Was it Golden Gloves again? Same in Europe. 3 years. That's what I mean. It's consistent. People talk about, and let's not forget, in those period of times, as much as we just talked about, arguably were the best centre backs in the Premier League currently, and Hall of Fame further, but they've not always played together. They've had their own injuries over those periods of time where he's had the Golden Gloves. He's had different defenders in front of him. You've got to give him all the credit in the world. He commands his distribution's been fantastic.
Yeah,
doesn't get injured, doesn't miss a game. Consistency's there, and yes, he's some of the same saves he's made for us. The one against Ollie Watkins,
brother, the one against West Ham. West Ham. That's the save of the season, because I'm telling you, anywhere else, and it's 1-1. We're finished
100%. And I think the reason Champions League final again, he's one of the reasons that. So he's been for me Arsenal's player of the season. Signing, I've been very impressed with Mosquera, considering what he was 13 million. He's an under 21 international. He's made a few mistakes here and there. His distribution isn't. I think we're spoilt with the distribution from Saliba.
I think he's got better than him. He has got better.
He has, and I think that's all you want, isn't it, as a player, to see that progression. But yeah, I think signing, I've been very impressed. Gyökeres has been great, but Hikapié, I think I know he's on loan, and we're going to buy him for 45 million at the end of it. 45 million pounds.
Wasn't it 30 some, or was it 45?
No, I think it's 45 overall.
50 million euros, or so, I don't know.
It's 50 million euros. Whatever it is, I think for a person to come in, we talk about the German league a lot, right? And there's some players who have come from the German league who have not had the greatest season.
Same team, bro.
Attackers.
This guy has played. Yeah, he's played. They played. I think left wing back. Yeah, right. This guy, has come in and had a few games even there. But for a guy who's 23 years old, first time playing in the Premier League, played a lot of games, played left back, played centre back. I think he's been a fantastic signing. He's just something different. He's the old school. That we grew up on, like those Javier Zanetti. These South American fullbacks who just. I think he's gonna next season as well. I think we're gonna see another level up from him. But he's been my signing.
Can't give it to Victor, can you? You just can't do it, can you?
Obviously, I like
goals.
No. You said to pick my signing.
I mean, not league goals. Sorry, just 21 in all.
21, and but I wanted to pick someone different to the normal. Everyone's going to pick Gyökeres, isn't it? So I'm going to
what's going on here?
That's been my signing for 45 million for what he delivers. Yes,
unbelievable. Ed.
I know yours, Ed. Ed. But no, I know yours already. You just obviously Gyökeres, isn't it?
No, it's between Rice and Raya for me. Raya more especially because, I was in the camp of what we doing. I didn't see it at Brentford. I didn't understand it. Also, it was another thing with Arteta's obsession with goalkeepers, because he was going through them like it was going out of style. I think he signed like 7 in 6 years. It was just mental. It was always signing keepers.
Yeah.
And
try to put another one, but the other one as well.
That was the coach, though, isn't it? That was the coach.
Yeah.
He knew who
he wanted. Raya. He's the one who asked for him. He wanted Raya, minute for Brentford.
Yeah. But listen, Raya has shut me up. He's answered every critic. 3 golden boots, 3 golden gloves later. An instrumental key player. And goalkeeper is an important position, but it's not a glamorous position, right? Because it's one of those ones where if you make the saves, you're a hero, but you don't get the credit like a striker would. But if you make mistakes and you're dangerous to your team that you play for, it's hell on earth. If you're a dodgy keeper, you can't win. You can't win with a mediocre keeper. And I wouldn't say Ramsdale's mediocre, but we couldn't win with him. We couldn't win with him at the highest level. So to see the decision pay off, the way it's paid off, yeah, you got to give it to Raya, man. Because again, a lot of pressure. I was in the camp of he's not that good compared to Ramsdale. I thought they were neck and neck. I didn't understand it. But again, this is why I'm not in football. I can't see things that the manager can see and coaches. They know at a different level to the fans' eye. They see things weekly, daily, by the minute, hour. They understand how, the football mind works, how a professional football player mind works. We don't. So, yeah, massive credit to David Raya, sorry. Pressure to come to Arsenal. It's a step up from Brentford, man. Brentford, with no disrespect, like they're not a big club. It's a massive club. The step up is high.
And also with the Ramsdale piece, to your point.
Yes, to navigate that as well. That was very rocky. Declan Rice, man. There's not enough superlatives to talk about the signing he's been. I did think 105 million was high. I still do in a weird way, but what do I know? He's transformed this club. He's made us a serious outfit. We were already a serious outfit, but he's like the midfield general we've missed since Vieira. Different players, obviously, but just as instrumental. Like, if Rice goes down, God forbid, wrap him in cotton wool, and we're going to feel it. That's how much he is and how much he means to us as a footballing team. And like you said, he seems like a real nice guy, a real good you in it. Like, he's just honest. Everybody loves him. West Ham fans don't begrudge him the way they should. Like, when a player of that ilk leaves your club, it's beef. We had Van Persie leave. I'm still not over that. I don't think West Ham fans, if you had the chance to speak to them, I don't think they hate him like that. They understand that, hey, we're West Ham. With all due respect, Arsenal should be coming in for you and taking you. We're happy to have you. We're lucky to have you for the amount of time we did, but you're too good for us. And he's proven that. He's proven that he is where he's meant to be. And he made the right move, because the easier move would have been to go to Man City and win 3 in a row and. But coming to a team like Arsenal, a club like Arsenal, where when you win, you become a legend. And he is a legend at Arsenal now. He's going to be in that pantheon of Arsenal legends. It just is.
He's the club captain in everyone's eyes.
Yeah.
You can see it. He is he plays like the captain as well.
He's the club captain, but he doesn't need it. And, whatever happens with Odegaard, if he stays, if he doesn't, we know who the captain's going to be.
See the club, the players around it, they look at it. And he's taking, especially the second half of the season after the City, and there's all that. It's not done. Yeah. It's a great soundbite in terms of because it wasn't, and beautifully done. Sorry.
Oh, no, of course. No worries, bro. Like he is the heartbeat of the club. He is the midfield general that we've sorely missed. So it's between those two players. Honourable mention to Gyökeres again. The club and the fan base were divided over you, man, and there was a lot of negativity and a lot of nastiness, mainly driven by the Arteta lovers and the Havertz hive. So to answer your critics the way you did in your first season, no preseason, score 21 goals. You, Sanchez, and Henry are the only players to score more than 20 in your debut season. So if there's anything to go by, and if he gets a proper he's not going to get a preseason because obviously going to the World Cup. But if he gets, a better preseason, I think we're going to see the best of Gyökeres, man. And I really do. And then obviously Eze, because of the story. To come back to your boyhood club who released you at 13. Like the amount of like poetic justice this season. You leave Palace, you win it at Palace. You get crowned at Palace. You get the Guard of Honor. Like,
Did you see the
They
crowd
didn't
when he
work
walked
out.
on as well? What the crowd was the reaction of the Crystal Palace fans. You don't
And
see
the
it
Palace
now,
fans
though.
love you, man. They don't
You saw
begrudge
it.
you.
And on top of that, you go and crash 5 goals in 2 games against a club that you were supposed like. You're just writing stories on stories on stories.
It's God. It's God, man. If anyone believes in God like this, it can't be anybody but God, right? So for him to get the vindication that he needed to win it at his boyhood club, to win it the way he did, to be instrumental in helping us win as well, man, I love it for him. I love it for every single one of them, man. Saka, all the guys who started this project, Mikel as well, man. I've given you a hard time. I've been on you, bro. If you've had an op, it's me. Yeah. If you've had an op, Mikel, it's me. And for you to be able to get the gratification for lifting it, for going through hell, because to be a manager must be the maddest job ever, bro. The amount of sleepless nights, brother. He's going grey. He's not even an old man. You can see he's got salt and pepper in his trim, his beard. He's got crow's feet now. Like he's aged him. But listen, lifting it the way you lifted it, pause at Palace, must be wonderful, man. And like listen, Mikel, man, you've got one more game to like really, really etch your name in history, bro. The pressure's off. I'm not even trying to put pressure on you. I'm just saying, bro, like if you do this, it's a mad thing, bro. It's an absolute mad thing.
It is, man. But before we go, I just want to definitely just say a message to all the other so-called rivals and the ops, because this is the season where you've had to really shut your mouth. You've really had to shut your mouth and enjoy your summer. Delve into the World Cup. Make up your conspiracies. Whatever you've had to do, whatever you've thrown at Arsenal, it's been answered. You said Mikel was a cone man. He's a butler. All he does is know how to finish second. I've seen teams finish 10th, teams finish 15th, teams finish 17th.
Twice.
Yeah.
Twice.
And you had the nerve to be criticizing a team that finished second. Like it was a weird sort of thing that was going around in the football society, that teams that don't win had the nerve to be coming out of their dirty mouths about Arsenal finishing second. You guys are butlers. Like it's a shame to finish second rather than to finish 10th or 15th or 17th. You were there in Eurovision Song Contest competitions, playing, Carabag and Beverly Hills 902 and OFC, all these sort of teams. And you're looking at a top team that is trying to take on the might of Liverpool and Pep Guardiola's Manchester City, and actually going into those fights. So you weren't even on that level, but you're watching another team going against them fights and trying gambling. Some people said scared money don't make no money. So you're shaming someone that's saying, I'm going to gamble for this Premier League. Okay, we're not going to win the Carabao. We're not going to win this. We've thrown it away. And I had people from Newcastle telling me it's all about trophies. I had Spurs people telling me it's all about trophies. It's the trophies that you think it's about. We were focused on the big trophies. And what's happened this Sunday has shut all of you up, because I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm glad we finished second 3 years in a row. I'm glad you said we're butlers. I'm glad you've thrown everything at us, because this one feels sweet, because it shows you how a club should be run. It shows you about consistency. It shows you where you finish in the league is very important. It's your bread and butter. You can lie, you can fluke some cup competitions, but when you're playing back to back in this Premier League, it shows you what happens. And now we're at top of English football. We're the champions of English football. You've thrown everything at us. We were too soft before under Wenger. There's no bottle there now. Now we've got the bottle now. Apart from Liverpool supporters, no other team can talk to me. This Pep Guardiola, I'm not even going to mince my words. This is the best Premier League manager of all time. You can argue with yourself about longevity. This is the best. He's pulled down Fergie's pants twice in Champions League. He's done it. And since he's landed here, Man United was the name you would talk about winning league titles. He came, and for the 10 years, you haven't finished above him. He's turned Manchester blue. You're sick. You are sick. You can't talk to me about what it takes to win. We've beaten Pep. Liverpool have beaten Pep. Arteta's the only manager to finish above Pep twice. Yeah. What we're dealing with is a megalodon of a manager here. You're probably not going to see a coach like that is going to influence English football like that. Pep is the GOAT. You said, oh, no one's won it twice in a row, 3 times in a row. He done it 4 times. You said the treble won't be done again. He dropped that on you. You're dealing with, listen, the best. And his student took time, second. And now he's won. I'm so happy Pep is retired now. He's stepped away, he's tapped out. That's me. I've got no much energy. People might say that was just his time. Some other nasty people will say he's taking a look there, he's thinking, you know what?
Wow, brother. The Wire fans. Marlowe's here, bro.
Yeah, I think that's the best analogy. Marlowe's.
You know what I mean? Maybe it's about time now. But however, I'm not going to disrespect him because he's the greatest. But I'm happy we've done it because you know what you would have done? You would have said, oh, you can only win it like Pep's not here. That's been done. Arteta's a butler. That's shut up. Arsenal don't lift trophies. Shush. We lift the biggest one. And I told these guys, you are where we want, where you are, you want to be where we are. Oh, no, it's all about trophies for me. What trophies is it? Please tell me which one? What trophy you got to flex on me? Which trophy is it? Because you couldn't even look. You know how big the Prem is? You couldn't even look. You switched over. You watched the Spurs game because you knew I cannot watch these guys be crowned champions. I can't do it. Saka, Odegaard, Rice, Gabriel. These guys are league winners now. You're not. We've defeated Manchester City. So I can have a cigar. I can talk to Liverpool supporters because they know what it takes to go down to the bottom of the ocean and take on the megalodon. You guys can't talk to me about that. You're not chatting to me. You need to talk to somebody else. Liverpool fans, I'll chat to you. But you've got 2 Prems, we've got 4. But that's besides the point. So this summer, enjoy because Arsenal are back on top. And secondly, all I've got to say, we'll see what happens in the Champions League final. This is where I want my club to be. That's all I've ever asked. I want to be in the conversation when it comes to title chases. I want to beat the best managers. My team has always beat the best managers. I had George Graham beating Kenny Dalglish. That Liverpool empire from the late 70s to 1990 was on smoke. We beat them twice. So we didn't fluke it. We beat you. Sir Alex Ferguson, the greatest ever. We beat you 3 times. 2 doubles and an invincible.
He was the greatest.
Who?
He was the greatest. He's not.
He was the greatest. Cool. That's what they'll argue. And then now, Pep Guardiola. Again, listen, amazing club. Man City, Liverpool, and Manchester United.
Yeah,
listen,
we're spoiled. Arsenal spoil people's days, man. And that's why I love the club as well, man. I didn't even clock that, that we got up against the best and we give the best a bloody nose, man.
Yeah.
But I've got another thing to say is there's been a lot of policing of how Arsenal fans are to celebrate. All this, be classy. Shut your mouth. Shut your whore mouths. I don't want to hear you talk to me about being classy. 22 years of abuse of all sorts. Everything you could call us, you called us. The jokes are done now. So if you talk to me and you want to be cheeky and I cuss your mother, apologies. That's how it's got to be. Don't talk to me about be classy. How dare you? You told you I was classy. Do I look classy to you? Am I your mate? We're not friends. Don't let this Instagram fool you. We're not friends. If I want to talk shit, I want to talk to my shit. Because why? My team are champions, isn't it? You lot had your fun. You lot had your 22 years of abusing Arsenal and cussing us and mocking us. To the point where even little man, West Ham and them man were adopting the ways of the big clubs. Who the fuck is West Ham to be talking to us? You're relegated now. You know what I mean? That's we were the whipping boys. Pause. It was cool to cuss Arsenal.
It was funny,
cool.
innit? It was fun.
It was fun. You got Newcastle talking us crazy. You know what I mean? Villa talking to us crazy. Like who are you? Who are you? So if you talk to my brothers, you talk to me, talk to us with respect, innit? Address us as champions, bro. Obviously, it's football. We're joking. We're not taking it real serious, but like, we represent Arsenal. We're champions. So if you want to congratulate us properly. Don't be doing no underhanded little digs and say, nah, this is why I hate you fans. Brother, you don't like us anyway. We don't like you. It's fuck you. You know what I mean? Draw that line. Don't be trying to be, have some class, have some humility. For what? For what? Were you humble when you was cussing us for 22 years? Was there humility there? Was there niceties there? Was there platitudes there? There wasn't. So why the fuck should I give you platitudes now? You will actually be graceful in my victory? No. No. You're gonna see me be happy this summer, and you're gonna love it. You're gonna like it. There's nothing you can do. So like my brother,
don't let us see you at that parade.
Do you know what? Yeah, see that parade thing. Again, I know that was it must have been an online thing, but I did see a couple of videos of, a United fan, it's probably from London, getting chased at the Emirates. Have some actual shame. For real. Have some pride. You hate the club, but you want to come to the parade to do what? To draw a gal. You can't be that horny, man. You can't be that horny. You really can't. You really can't.
It's the culture club, bro. I told you.
I know, but you can't be that horny. You can't be that much of a loser that you're going to come to an Arsenal fans parade and try and draw a gal. Yeah, that's disgusting. Have some class. I know you look in the mirror and think, rah, I really am a loser. But you're not showing us fans anything. You're showing yourself that you're a loser. That your mentality is, I'm going to try and run in their parade and draw an Arsenal fan. That's a girl. Ew, what's wrong with you, bruv? What's wrong with you? It's a football parade. It's not even that kind of party anyway. What do you think it's going to be doing? What? We're going to be smoking weed and there's going to be bear Magnum and what? No, we're just here to watch our team on a bus, lift hopefully 2 trophies and have a good time with people that support Arsenal. You can't cuss Arsenal and then want to join the wave. It's not my fault that your club can't do that your club can't, on a random Tuesday, after being crowned Premier League champions, have 100,000 people outside the stadium. You decided to be different. Your family supports Arsenal, you want to be a Chelsea fan. Your family supports Arsenal, you want to be a Liverpool fan. You decided to be Michael Jackson and bleach your skin and hang around with boys and change your nose and burn your head. And before you start saying, how can you say it about Michael Jackson? He's my GOAT. But you decided to be different.
He is.
I
can attest to that. He is.
You decided to be different. So stand there and be different, innit? You wanted to have the wonky nose and the wonky cheeks and the great dance moves while the rest of your brothers look like me. You wanted to be different, so hold that. You wanted to betray your blackness, you betrayed your blackness. Now you're seeing black man from all over London celebrating in unison. You want to be part of that wave, my friend. Go to Tottenham and be part of that wave. Go to Chelsea.
How mad it is, though, look, I don't want to. It looks like we're just taking shots today, and we are. But the Gunners,
listen.
Shameless is the word of the week. Shameless is the word of the week.
But you know what's so funny is that people always tell me when I talk to you about the city and where you're from, this is getting boring now. Let's see how boring it is on the 31st, man. Let's see how boring. What are you going to be doing with your day? Because I can tell you, your neighbors, your people, they're going to be there at the parade. You tell me what you're doing on your day about it's boring now. It's right, Ed. Your family wore Nike. That's what they wore. You want it to be different. You wanted to wear K-Swiss. You wanted to wear K-Swiss so badly because they were winning. You actually just went against this is my area, these are my people. Let me just go with that. You keep talking about we. When you go up there, the man are looking at you differently. You tried your best to do it. And for what now? For what now? And you know what's going to happen, which is so shameless for them, is a particular club as well. The one that they hate us the most because they're from London, but they just they decide as good Islamic Christian men, they actually decide to wear shaitan and Satan on their shirt. These are the people who are bookie to me. I'm gonna go there with that. I've said this before. You man are supposed to be God-fearing, and you're trying to pretend, oh yeah, brother, what is the I don't know why you guys try to pretend it's not what it is on the shirt. They're called the Red Devils. You got this big red devil running around. But listen, I serve another God than you. However, this is where you want to put these kits on the kids, on your kid. You want to put this on them. Is this what you're on, brother? But you don't. You're gonna tell me you celebrate Halloween, but you wear you're like. Devils or your team.
Leave them, and it's sweet because you see them, man. Yeah, they're the ones that have been trying to come to the parade. Other rival fans have had a bit more class and a bit more sense, but it seems to be a few of these United fans that are from London. It's like, brother, like what are you on? You sold your soul or your nyash for glory. Yeah, you've won. Well done. 13 league titles. That's all you can say to me. Yeah, I love it. History teachers now. Yeah. But you want to come to Arsenal fans parade, and I know it's probably for show or just to create content or banter or rattle us whatever. But the fact your mouth is even uttering that, yeah, I'm going to come to the parade, and what that shows me the mentality of some of you guys. What's wrong with you? Like honestly, what is wrong with you? You want to come to a parade of a team you hate so much, or there's another narrative. You're secret Arsenal fans, or you wish in your heart of hearts that you chose Arsenal, and that's the only thing I can say. Because you're not gonna catch me taking annual leave to go to Manchester for a parade.
Why would you even? I couldn't think of anything worse than going to someone else's parade. Like why would I do? Oh, the vibes are good and stuff like that.
The vibes.
Why don't you go to your parade, man? You could just send Euston 2 hours.
Yeah.
Down just to Piccadilly and then go to Salford to do your thing. You know why you don't want to do it? Because
you're not familiar with Manchester. You don't know where you're going.
There's no connection. It's the fan base.
There's no connection.
Hopefully, you're not coached. That's what I tried to tell you guys years ago. And you told me, oh, you can support who you want. You're being silly. You're not coached with them, man. You can go up there. You're gonna have to get used to them sort of man. Yeah. You got to start listening to Stone Roses,
Oasis, and them, man. Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say.
Cool.
It's cool. It's fine. You could just take a train. Do you know what I mean? From South to Highbury, Islington, and you're good, or wherever you're coming from.
I don't have to take annual leave and pray it doesn't get rejected. I don't have to do them things there. I don't know about that pain. You think I'm joking? I don't know about that pain. I don't.
It's always something. It was my mom. It was my dad first took me to this one. I'm gonna let you guys know. I could have been a Liverpool supporter. My older cousin comes over. Liverpool are winning. I could have jumped ship. I could have done this John Barnes thing. But I'm at that age. I could have done it because they're winning. It was. Listen, I'm telling you that now. If John Barnes played for West Bromwich Albion and they wasn't winning, these Liverpool man won't be Liverpool man.
Of course not.
That's just what it is. I know they're trying to tell, oh, it's John Barnes and I saw him. No, it is half of the story. Yeah. Second half is that they were winning. Because you had Cyril Regis before him. Why weren't you man on him?
He was at Watford. Remember John Barnes was at Watford before, mashing work. So, we know, but that's their story. They can do it. However, they saw 2 impromptu parades locking off all of North London and estimated, for argument's sake, 200,000 people on both days. Arsenal, the club ain't gone through the city yet. They ain't gone through the town. They ain't gone through the manor yet. So I can only imagine what next Sunday is going to be. Or this Sunday, sorry, because obviously it's Monday now. But I can only imagine an estimated, I reckon, 500,000. 500,000 to 1 million people the entire day. We moved the culture, man. We have the streets. We have the elites, weirdly, as well. A lot of high-profile Arsenal supporters that have always been there. But what is funny now is the glory hunters are calling Arsenal fans glory hunters. Brother, you can't have it both ways. You were a glory hunter in 96, 97 if you're of my age. And then if you're a Liverpool fan that was born late 70s, early 80s, you too are a glory hunter. At least these men have an emotional connection to the club, to the streets of London, to the streets of North London. We are sitting with Islington, born and raised. He's not a transplant. He didn't come here from Timbuktu. Like, he's got an emotional connection. And I'm not here to dismiss your emotional connection with your Uniteds and whatever. Yeah, how you growing to supporting your team?
What emotional connection have they got there, man?
There is no, yeah.
Allow it.
No. Like, I don't want to be dismissive. Remember, guys, I've been doing therapy. I'm not trying to be dismissive. Yeah. So if it was seeing Drogba in 05 lift the title as a black man,
Chelsea is something different. That man there, they can be glory hunters. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about them.
Of course. But what I'm saying is, yeah,
them too.
Well, okay, Andy Cole, you're 10 years old. You see Andy Cole as a black man, it means something. Cool, whatever. I don't mind. Yeah, Beckham, you wanted long hair like Beckham. I wanted the Adidas Predators. I don't know. I'm not here. Listen, I'm smiling. Yeah, I'm not here to mock. I'm not here to be dismissive in it. Like I said, I've been going to therapy and I'm trying to change myself. Yeah, big and serious. So I don't want it to be a situation where Ed's being nasty, kind of. But yeah, as I'm saying in it, like, your emotional connection is your emotional connection. But tell the truth, you lot wanted to feel what we've been feeling this entire week. You wanted to be around the people and smell the success. When I walked from Highbury Islington Station through Drayton Park to the Arsenal Stadium, yeah, and it's like we floated. It's like we floated on air. Like, I'm hugging people I don't know. I'm hugging people I do know. I bumped into 2 or 3 people from my walk on this earth, and we hugged like we never hugged before. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just beautiful. There's pictures on my IG, bro, like walking through the Emirates. Usually when I leave Emirates, I'm trying to go home quickly, you know. Like, I don't like to be there because it's a bottleneck and it's horrible. I didn't care about no bottleneck, bro. I didn't care about, brother, what time is it? Time meant nothing. It meant nothing. It meant nothing, bro. Like, it was beautiful. If you could bottle that feeling up and sell it, we might own a sports franchise. That's how much money we would have made. Like, it is beautiful. It is beautiful. And the rival fans are seeing this. And yes, you can maybe argue that it's pent-up emotion after 22 years, but who cares? Like, it shows you why you love Arsenal. I said this to Nod, I said this to you. I love this club, brothers. I love it with all of my heart. When we got crowned champions, I called you up first and I shouted. I was like, ah! My mum was even like, what are you doing? What's all this, bro? What's all this? I was like, Mum, don't understand. We're champions. My mum was like, this footballer. And walked off, bro. Like, it means more. And I think that's what you get with Arsenal fans. Like, this championship especially, it means more.
I want us to, bro. We've been through hell
and back, bro.
And listen, we're gonna go probably through. Unfortunately, when it comes to football, these opponents, let's just take our hat off to them, because people are talking about this is the weaker league and stuff like that, and this is the weakest league. Just to point this out, anybody can hold it in the Premier League this season. Anyone. And I'll tell you another thing: the fact that when you look at the European finals as well, you've already got Villa that has won it. You've got Crystal Palace in another final, and Arsenal. This league was so weak, you don't go into Europe. And it can't go both ways. People try to tell me about, how many European trophies, because that's the real test. And then now all 3 English teams are in Europe final. It's a rubbish league. Which one is it? And we know what it is. But listen, man, Arsenal supporters, we have suffered. And I think we need to enjoy every day, no matter what happens in Budapest. I mean, if it does happen, my gosh, that's another story, and I'm confident it will. However, nothing's gonna dampen it. But we deserve this, man. We've suffered, argued. Yeah, do you know what I mean? So listen. But anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Big up.